Thanks for staying with us. We're still talking about the Accountant General who took other 36 commissioners of finance to the UK for a conference. UK is just like going to Keja. UK is just like going to Keja. Like 6 hours. It's not a big deal. Why are you guys making a point?
I choose not to go to Keja.
So remember when I first took the story, I'd taken the story in the paper when it first came out. And I realized it's the same AGF that was involved in the Better Edu case.
Yes.
And she was the one that, it seemed like she was calling out a financial much more than that. Misappropriation. Yes. So you would think that she would know better than to make this sort of goof. We all said, Better Edu was goof. But this one, so for her it's not a goof, it's deliberate. So what message is she trying to send, really? Yes. And I said, as before we went off, I said also to commissioners of finance. None of them could say to her, Madam, I don't think this is the right time to do it. Look at the amount of money that
when you reach their turn.
And then apart from that, when they went to the UK, the part of the UK that they went, YK told us that is the highbrow Kensington. It's only where the royals, that's where they stay. That is where these people went.
So
you can imagine how much pounds is being spent.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, Mo.
Let us, hypothetically speaking, say that you are a commissioner of finance from Lagos State. Would you reject that trip?
I would even make sure it doesn't happen. I will make sure, yes,
will not go for this.
I will make sure it doesn't happen. Reason is because me, I know what is happening on ground.
Yes.
If she was the one that called out Better Edu, then we should be careful. You remember the person in charge of account, I think was it the Accountant General then, under Buhari? It was being investigated till the end of that tenure for 180 billion that went AWOL on all of us. Today we never see the money. We have dug ground, we have searched up, we have searched cupboard, everywhere we've not seen the money. That money have gone. And I heard it was a plea bag. I'm trying to get the details, but my internet is terrible. That person was inside finance. Why is it these finance people who should know better? Because if I was in the Ministry of Justice, for instance, I would say it's because it's only English I know how to read. I don't know money. You are the people who gives us these figures every day of how the SBS has released today. Inflation rate is this and that. Naira is falling. It's going up. You have the facts. You put together this thing. You have the numbers. You know what it will cost us. But you'd rather take your own share when it's reached your turn than to do the right thing. If you don't have if somebody in the Ministry of works, they see money. In the Ministry of Health, for instance, stupidly wakes up to that side, they are just doctors. They don't know money. They don't know numbers. They know nothing. But you who are in the business of it, justifying this trip is the height of insensitivity. And I think if they are found for, if we investigate any money on that, watch.
So the one Accountant General of the Federation, Alhaji Ahmed Idris, over the alleged 80 billion missing.
Thank you. That 80 billion, we have not seen it too.
Let me take this call. Good morning, you're live. Boniface.
Hello?
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I greet you, the ladies.
We greet you too.
Good morning. I want to go back to data issue, please. Don't be offended.
Go ahead, it's your view, let it count.
I want to say to the two ladies at the back there, please, whatever is good, even when nobody is supporting. And anything that is bad, even when the whole world supported it. So the two ladies there, please, I don't know you by name. I give you people kudos. But the lady who is saying that the soldiers should show of force is because it didn't happen to you. So let me tell you what happened. Two families from Joseph went to the same data to visit one of their own who is sick, who is hepatitis B patient. They were killed in this incident that happened there. So are you not saying that they're guilty? Are you not saying that they're involved in killing the same soldiers? Soldiers have been killing people across this very country. What happened to them? The soldiers have been killed by Boko Haram and even other places. Have you ever seen this show that let soldiers go there and wipe the whole community? No, please, it shouldn't be said. For the first time, I'm hearing this kind of nonsense from you. For the first time, I'm hearing evil statement from you. And I pray that what will wish other people come back to your family and come back to you as well. And
Yeah, I think somebody should have cut that line off. That's necessary for it to go that long.
So we empower the soldiers. Moral,
So-
just a minute. The cause goes back to him. I'm Muslim. I know what is. We empower the soldiers every day against terrorists, against bandits. We have not even been able to stem them. We had to do the NDDC to stem what we suffered under the in the Niger Delta over time, kidnapping and all of this. It's starting now, and we're saying we're justifying or we're finding it easy because we didn't see the corpse. I'm looking at the pictures. I would maybe post them of how the bodies turned out.
Yeah. Let's drop that for a second because I want us to go back to this topic. I don't want us to dwell on that. But you see, there's a part of not addressed because, as I was saying, when I was doing my intro, I was saying that this is the funds for these international trips are already allocated for in the budget. These are things like a company says, this is the amount of putting aside for this kind of training. Now, maybe somewhere along the line, companies not making profits, but the money had already been allocated. I'm just giving an example. So the money is there. Now, she has not done anything illegal because the budget is there. So it's not the illegality of traveling, it's the moral part of it, moral justification that is it right in this economic situation?
No, she cannot even use that because the Better Edu case was not illegal, it was just due process. So she more than anybody understands that.
She's in the budget. So it goes back to what Nima said earlier. Should we therefore redefine what training should look like? Because international trips are in the budget, in the budget that's been approved.
Yeah, but then the training, it's within, see, even if that it's been approved in the budget, what was approved in the budget was training, right? It's within her capacity and her office to decide that this year the training should be done in Nigeria.
Thank you.
We can choose Abuja or whatever. We need you, as in we need to do on-hands training and see how we can save money, blah, 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 blah. And even if they now decide that, okay, we might not do this, as in this might be extreme, you can pick out 3 of the commissioners of finance to say, go. Or even she and maybe 2 other people. Then they can hear what these facilitators want to tell them that they cannot tell them via Zoom or online. That's the same thing. Because it's not like it's a workshop thing that they are going to go and learn or they need to be in a particular environment or something. Whether I like it or not, these are their ears that they're going to use and their eyes. So at least they will have picked like 2 or 3 people to go and do that and come back and retrain. But the amount of money has changed now.
We just agreed. That the,
do you understand? So it's within
the exchange rate.
So it's within her office and capacity to make those decisions to say we can step down right now. We can do this tomorrow.
It's a moral decision
on her own part, right? As a leader.
So I was going to say the amount of money as well that you said had already been budgeted, allocated for it, cannot be the same amount because of the exchange rate.
It's possible that maybe, for example, they can remove ESTA codes, they can remove other things just to make. I don't want to speak for government, but the point is that money had been allocated. Now, the issue is that do we therefore continually discourage international trips for government officials?
Yes.
Because these things are part of
the tightening of belts. When they say we should tighten belts, so what does it mean? What does it mean for
these are the areas that the government should look at in cutting costs.
So when they say tightening of belts, what does it mean for different people?
They can use the money to buy rice and food and distribute to people.
Let's take a few comments on social media. Do you have any comments?
No, not on this one. It's on the old topic.
Everybody's talking about the military one, but we have to be. The truth is that. I mean, I'm trying as a moderator to see all the sides and understanding the kind of person, because from the Better Edu's case, we see the AGF as somebody who is sensitive to issues of misappropriation, issues of due process, and ensuring that things are done properly. So, it is clear for us, it's important for us to clarify that she didn't do anything legal. International trips are approved, and she's allowed to go. 4 hours, 5 hours, that's a different conversation. But can she, as you said earlier, make a decision to say, just because of what is going on in the economy, we're no more going? Now, should other parastatals, other MDAs, other ministries begin to review their budget, even though it's been approved? Do we now say, don't do international trips because of what's going on? Do you think you would do the same thing if you were in that situation as a minister?
Even our president has reduced the number of people, has told us the number of people that can go on entourage. Even he is making sacrifices. Does not mean that the Constitution does not allow. Listen, listen. What I'm trying to point out is the president himself is constantly showing us in different ways how he's tightening his belt, reducing costs of governance. And there was one time on this table you talked about there's a whole theme for this administration, which is renewed hope. How can only be the president be the only one carrying this renewed hope? You don't see it in the MDAs. You don't see it with ministries and things like that. That's what we're talking about. There's a singular message of tightening our belts. What are you doing in your different parastatals to show that you have aligned with this tightening of belt? Just the president can't do it. And if you don't get it, if you be appointed by this administration and you don't get the message, should you then be part of the administration? If you don't know that now more than ever is the time that we cannot afford to use foreign exchange for trips like this. When there are alternatives, remember, we're not saying don't have trainings at all, but there's a cheaper way to do this, and do that. Simple.
Words.
Okay, Sir Chuckles says, you people should allow mommy and children do holiday in peace journey. They should bring sweet and chocolate for the hungry Nigerians.
I have to go. Let me let them
Okay, yeah, so my final words here is that for you to be appointed to any position, as you know, because you're in a position of power, you should have leadership skills. You should have certain initiatives, right? And you should also make sure that if you're going to even spend that taxpayers' money, that there's value.
Yeah.
That value is gotten. It's not just for you to just say, oh, you just sign it off, that they should go. No, not 4.5 hours value. And then part of the things is to go and visit the Nigerian High Commission in London and everything. No, it's not just for when you're a leader, it's not just for you to sign off on stuff. You have to also make sure that we are getting value.
As you are reading it, I've not seen tourists at all. They are going on
they went to Nigeria.
They went to Dubai, going to High Commission. They are the tourists.
No, we have 36 states in Nigeria. 36 commissioners. Each of them. So they went with the. I mean, I don't think they went with an overbloated.
And that commission, are they going to get figures that will help us in reaching statistics?
Anyways, it is you that know. Point is that but Nima is right in the sense that we need to redefine these things because of our economic realities of today. We obviously need to redefine these things. Private people also are tightening their belts because not everybody,
even the president,
even the president has started tightening his belt, but even needing to tighten it further because I hear he might be traveling this week. But the point is that we all just need to make sure that the renewed hope is trickled down from top to bottom, meaning that ministries, MDAs, everybody, agencies must all tighten up their belts. All those international trips should be cut down. Nigerians must see the body language of government and governance that they are also tightening their belts so that we can actually believe in the renewed hope agenda. That's all we can take on today's show. Hope you have learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.